Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Saturday Morning Makes. My name is Jill, and I'm so happy you're here at my channel. I hope you'll like and subscribe, and I'm just going to dive right in. It is a beautiful Saturday morning in Seattle. The sun is finally coming out after it being raining half the day. It's almost noon here. I think it might even be a little past noon, but I did spend a couple hours creating this morning. I spent an hour drawing and working on some behind-the-scenes stuff. And then I decided to make some cards. And today I'm here specifically to share some projects with Dianna Marcum's beautiful digitals for May, which include this sweet chicken in a basket. The digital also includes this chicken chowder image. And this is adorable too, and I hope to do projects with it soon. And the other image that it includes is this a beautiful tag. And you'll notice that I have this tag printed out on Arala Miha Shop's Petite Flowers #2 paper. And this is Arala Miha Shop's website right there on Etsy, okay? I have a coupon code called JillMay22, all caps, for 15% off at her shop right now, all the way through May 30th. So I wanted to use one of the products that she has in her shop, which is this Petite Flowers #2 print, to paper piece these tags. And so what I did was I printed the tag out on a regular piece of cardstock. This is like a 65-pound Epson paper that I'm using. And it's specifically made for colored ink. And I printed that out black and white. Then I reloaded it. So I turned it face down, I reloaded it, and I selected to print this paper. And when it feeds through, which the way my copier feeds, it feeds it up like this and prints. And when it comes out, you have the black and white image now printed. The paper is essentially printing over the black and white image. But what that allows you to do is you print a set of black and white and then the one on the paper, and now I can paper piece this. I can cut out these little flowers and they're in the floral paper for me. I can paper piece the center of the tag onto the black and white image, or I could paper piece the outside of the tag and leave the inside plain. But it gives you the flexibility to do some paper piecing if you like to do that. So digital images can be paper pieced. And I just wanted to remind you of that, and then just show all three of these images because these are the Dianna Marcum May digitals in her shop. So if you're interested in this, I will link her Etsy shop down below. And just a quick reminder too that I am one of the members of the Adornit Ambassador team for Dianna Marcum's new recipe stamp kits. And recipe stamp sets that are coming out with Adornit. And the kickoff has been all week this week. If you go to their Facebook page, you can find all of the information. And I have put links in several videos this week that were on a variety of topics. So you can find the links to their website. I'll try and add them to this video too. If I don't get them added before I have to leave for work today, I will add them later. But if you go back to my previous couple videos, there are links to everything you need to know about the release with Adornit and all of Dianna Marcum's wonderful recipe stamps that are coming out. If you want to see every stamp that's included in this year-long release, they do show it on the very first episode of their videos. So if you go to the Adornit Facebook page and click on the video tab and find the Stamp It Workshop, you will be able to see every single stamp that's being released in this 12-month release, every single recipe stamp. So that's very exciting. And there's supporting stamps that are also going to be coming out and other surprises. Miranda and Georgiana have a lot of wonderful things planned with Dianna, and I am so excited and honored to be a part of the team with all the wonderful women, Marilyn G., Jen Levy, who is Strawberry Cream 39, my friend Dee Armstead. Hello, Dee. Hello, Jen. Hello, Marilyn. It's so fun to be a part of this team. And then the wonderful Cynthia, our master colorer, who is RN Jetta, here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. All of these people have Instagram feeds as well as, in some cases, Facebook and YouTube channels. So I've linked them in previous videos too, but I hope to link them in this video today too. And I hope you'll go check out all of the Dianna Marcum inspiration. So this is what I'm working on today. Specifically, I am working with this image. And I just love this image, Dianna. Oh my goodness, it is adorable. I love the little flowers that you added in. because they remind me of the forget-me-nots that are blooming in my garden right now. So I'm going to show you really quick. I did color this image with Copic markers. Okay, and these are the markers that I used, the tones and shades that I used. And there's also one marker here that is, oh, who is this by? I can never remember. It's one of the tri-blend markers, if that helps. And then I should add also this one marker that doesn't have a number on it is BV000. Okay, and I think it's called something mauve. What is it? Iridescent mauve is the name of it. I don't know if it'll focus. But this color I use a lot for blending different shades of other colors. So those are the markers I used. Again, you can pause the video if you want to know how what colors and shades I use to do my coloring. Okay, just pause the video and you'll be able to see all the numbers. This one right here is a colorless blender. And I did do, just to show you, I did do some tip-to-tip coloring where, whoops, that's the wrong end. I literally pick up the red onto the marker like that, and that's how I get the kind of watercolored effect on here, is by using the colorless blender along with the darker tone. And in a lot of cases you can do this, and it helps you if you don't have a ton of different shades of marker. It gives you some flexibility with your tones, and then you can also mix tones together. You can pick up more than one. You know, there's lots of different ways. So anyway, you can see I used my colorless blender. I did add, although you can't really see it, some WOO down at the bottom here just to kind of create some grounding for this. I really needed a W1, but I couldn't find my W1. I think it's down here, and it wasn't upstairs in my kit. So, but that's how I got this effect of this, you know, the effect that I was going for, which is kind of watercolored a little bit on the hen and stuff. So that is how I colored it. And then I just wanted to talk, I'll show you the cards. One of the completed cards I made is this one here. And if you watched my Thrift It Thursday video this week, I had thrifted this beautiful fabric, and it's a calico print. And I don't know if you can tell, but this was die cut with that zigzag penny black die set. And I've shown that die set before. Let me pull it out so you can see it. It looks like this, and it has this beautiful zigzag pattern, and it's called the Zigzag Stackers 51-714, and it's from pennyblackinc.com. And you can get it on lots of different places though. But I use that, and I just wanted to say, so this is literally fabric on my card, and the way I get the fabric die cut, and there's lots of different ways you can do it. You can use double-sided adhesive if you want. What I did today was I took my favorite craft glue, which is Tamamano multi-glue, and I put a very light crisscross glue on the piece of 65-pound weight cardstock. Then I took my finger and I just ran it across the glue to flatten it out onto the paper, and then I put my piece of fabric on here on the paper, and I die cut it with the die cut. And this is what it does. It ends up where you actually have that pattern in the fabric, which is beautiful. And so this worked out really, really well. And I even used my paper trimmer to cut the fabric, which I'm sure some of you will be like, Jill, you shouldn't do that. But there's a reason I did it. I didn't want to take out my fabric cutting stuff to do it. I just wanted to do something really quick. And so all I did was sort of score the fabric to make the lines so that I could get a good cut of the fabric to put onto the paper. But so anyway, there's lots of different ways to do things. That's what I did today. But what I was really impressed with was how the fabric and paper, remember this has got the cardstock, the 65-pound paper underneath it, or the 65-pound cardstock, not paper, underneath it. And then the fabric on top, but it's wonderful how it accepts that stitching and holds it. So I just was really impressed with how that turned out. This one I colored and edged with some brown ink to distress it, give it a more of a farmhouse look. And I did add some little openings here where there's floral paper peeking through. And that's just a little design element. And then this one too has the button with a little bow tied through the back of it. And I just think this turned out so cute, and I just wanted to use that calico fabric from the thrift store. And I was completely inspired by Crafty Dares this week, which was to use red, white, and blue, some fiber, as well as a veneer or a button. And so I used a button because I had wood veneers, but none of them were small enough to fit this particular card that I was working on. So this is how this turned out. Inside I have Anna White's die on the inside here, and it's her Crazy Stitched die set. It looks like this. These are the dies that come inside of it, and it's called the Crazy Stitch Set Die 797YY from Impression Obsession. And if you're curious about the buttons that I used, they are from Dress It Up. These were a gift, and Sue, did you give these to me? I'm trying to remember who gave these to me. Oh, geez, was it Anna or Sue? No, who was it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember who sent them, but I'm using them and I love them. So whoever sent them, write me a comment, remind me. I just am enjoying using them. They sent me pink ones and red ones. So I'm using those, and I'm trying to remember, was it Sam? I don't remember who sent them now. But that is the button that I used here. So that's how this one turned out. And then I just wanted to show you, a lot of times people leave me comments asking about how I choose what I do on a card. How do I design it? And so I wanted to show you just two different options for my second card that you could do. And I just wanted to show you some different ideas, okay? So I'm going to show two different versions of this card. I have not glued the images down yet. So let me just get this placed on here. So this one uses kind of a distressed or a lighter red, kind of like a light barn red. It's a very pale, almost a prawny red. But I thought this looked really pretty, very farmhouse. And I love the way this particular color of gingham makes this pop. It makes this triangle of red pop out at you. And that in turn makes your focus go to the chicken. Okay, this beautiful image that Dianna has created for us. Thank you, Dianna. And so I really liked this, but I also just wanted to show you, and I also want you to notice that this is on a blue background. This is a sky blue, bluish cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. But I want to show you a couple things. So what if I just change the blue background really quick? So look at the difference if I switch to a white background. All of a sudden, it's a much cleaner looking card, fresher, maybe more summery to some of you. But it's funny how little things can change the feel of a card, okay? So that's with a white background, all right? Now look at what happens if we change the paper. So I'm going to change from that kind of prawnish or lighter red color, and I'm going to put a primary color behind. So look at the difference that makes. All of a sudden, you sort of notice, you still notice this, but you also really notice that background color more. And it's a very vibrant card. So very, that red just really pops, let's put it that way. So that's a whole other look, right? And then you can also dull the red down slightly if you switch from a white background to a blue. It just sort of makes the red less vibrant, if you will. So I just wanted to kind of show you some ideas. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is if you don't have a lot of different colors of cardstock, when you're cutting support pieces, this is of course the Tim Holtz edge dies. I think these are by Sizzix and Tim Holtz. It's die set 664178, and it's the crocheted edges. And if you do something like this and you cut it in white, don't be afraid to color it. And I don't know if you can see it, but I colored this with my Copic markers, my blue marker, and then I took the purple and I went over it to kind of give it sort of a distressed look. So if you look really closely, it is more than one tone. And I don't know how well it shows up, but I just wanted to show you, I gave it depth by adding the purple to it. So, and I probably could have even done it a little bit more, okay? And, you know, so I'll show you what I mean. I just took the purple and I had already colored it blue, and then I just added a little more purple, and it's going to be wet until it dries, and it'll dry lighter. But I just literally darkened up these center parts just to create a little bit of depth in the die cut. So people are often asking me for tips and tricks and how I do things. And that's what I do. And then as it dries, it does lighten up, but you get sort of this two-tone effect with a little bit of depth in your die cut. Okay, and then it looks so much prettier and has a little bit more depth on your card when you add it to your project. So those are my ideas for these cards, and I want to thank you guys for taking a look today. And mostly I just want to thank Dianna Marcum for coming back and releasing her art with Adornit as well as on Etsy, because what a joy it is for us to be able to have her images, especially those of you that are maybe new to stamping and don't have any of her woodblock stamps like so many of us do from back in the day, when those of us that have been stamping for a long time. Some of you that are newer to the craft, you're going to get a chance to get some art that many people have wanted for a long time. And Adornit is putting out beautiful polymer sets. Clear stamps are really easy to stamp with. You can see exactly where you're placing something, which is really helpful. All stamps, I think, are wonderful. They all allow you to create art, and art is bliss, and it supports us in our lives by taking us out of our stressful environments sometimes and just giving us a break. So thank you all for joining me for Saturday Morning Makes. I've just had so much fun already looking at projects. There's sweet little crocheted birds from Karen. There's beautiful cards from all my friends over on Instagram. Just tons of inspiration today, and just albums and you know, Graphic 45 stuff. I'm trying to remember who it was that posted that. Oh my goodness. Was it Kim? Anyway, and I haven't even looked at YouTube videos, but I will be doing that after I get off work tonight, hopefully, or on Sunday a little bit. So anyway, you guys make my Saturdays so much fun. I love sharing art in this community. You are all unique artists. You bring beauty to my life. I love you all. Thank you for sharing art with me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will be back with you very soon. Bye now.